If you were thinking about buying the Epomaker TH80, you have to watch this entire video to find out everything you need to know about this keyboard before you buy it. So first off, this keyboard comes in at $100 US. It is a 75% keyboard, meaning it doesn't have the numpad, but it still has the function row. And it's called the TH80 because it does have 80 keys, which, come on, common sense. It's about 325 millimeters long, 135 millimeters wide, and 30 millimeters tall. The case itself is made out of plastic, and the keycaps are made out of PBT plastic, and they're very thick and nice keycaps. And something you'll notice right away in the top right is the volume knob, which is also made out of metal. It weighs in at 2.2 pounds or about 1 kilogram, which is actually pretty heavy, and it gives it a nice premium feel. It does have RGB that you can change with the function and backslash button, or you can change it in the software as well. And like I said, it does have a volume knob, which you can also change the function to in the software. And this keyboard is also wireless with Bluetooth 5.0 or 2.4 gigahertz. It comes in two different themes. This one is called Theory, and the other one it comes in is called Monet. Overall, I like the design with the light gray and the yellow to give it a little bit of a pop. The keycaps are in an MDA profile, which is kind of like SA profile, except these ones are a lot shorter, but they are sculpted like SA. And the font on the keycaps are nice and big, and they look very professional, so you can always use this keyboard in an office. So in the box, you'll be able to find a quick start guide, a few extra novelty keycaps, some extra switches, a white braided USB-C cable, and a keycap and switch puller all in one. The overall build quality of this keyboard is pretty insane actually. If you just gave me this keyboard and didn't tell me the price, I'd probably tell you that it's worth over $200 just because of how good the build quality is, but it actually only costs $100, which is kind of a steal if you ask me. The overall look is super clean and minimalistic, so you'll be able to use it in a professional setting, like if you're a programmer or something like that. I would say this is a great keyboard for you. The knob is quite useful just to turn down the volume really quick or mute if someone's talking to me in the background, and it's just really handy to have on the keyboard. And also you can always change the function, although I haven't, so if you want to make it something else, you can always do that. Now a big feature I really like on this keyboard, and a lot of keyboards coming out nowadays do have, is that it is hot swappable with either 3 or 5 pin switches. Out of the box, it comes with a bunch of different Gateron Pro switches that are already pre-lubed. I got mine with Gateron Pro Yellows, which are just a nice linear switch. They are pretty smooth and sound really decent out of the box. The stabilizers are pre-lubed. The spacebar is a little bit loud, but you can take a listen yourself. I kind of wish that the board itself was slightly more angled out of the box without the feet. It does have height adjustable feet, but when you do use them and want to move your keyboard even a little bit, they do tend to fall down. I just stick to not using them. That's on most keyboards, so I don't really fault it too much. Honestly, I really wouldn't make any upgrades to this keyboard, except maybe later in the future changing out the switches, although I do like the Gateron Pro Yellows. I just really can't think of anything else that I would want to change on this keyboard. The NJ80 I reviewed is pretty similar in that it is a 75% keyboard with the knob. It is also a pretty flawless keyboard, just like the TH80, except it does feature a brass plate, which makes it sound a little bit better and a little bit better to type on. But also it is $200, which is about double the price of the TH80. Overall, besides the brass plate, it is pretty similar, like almost exactly. And if I was on a budget, I would go with the TH80 any day. But if you want to go something more premium, I would go with the NJ80. I do like that the TH80 has a little bit bigger keycap, like width-wise, so it's pretty hard to miss them, and it's a lot easier to find the keys that you're looking for while typing. I would have to recommend this keyboard to anybody looking for a nice keyboard for around $100. And if you're looking for a keyboard that is slightly more premium, but pretty similar to this keyboard, you can check out this review of the NJ80 next.